Probando. And I do believe that we are live. Buenas noches, gente. This is, as always, Isidro Montalvo Espinosa, broadcast coordinator for Liga Nacional Puertorriqueña en vivo. With me, as always, is my co host, the redoubtable Luisa. How are you doing?
Good evening. I'm doing very well. I'm excited to see some real champions at play today.
That's right. Tonight we've got for you the Partido de Campeones. This is the annual Midsummer Classic, not Midsummer Classic. That's a very different thing that happens in Scandinavia and involves a cult.
They burn a big pyre of flowers on the field.
They sure do. Yes. That those people play very interesting baseball.
Hawkball.
I, I don't think that's what they're calling it in the Viking descendants. I don't think are calling it that, but I do.
That's true. But the Low Countries, for sure.
Yes, I do think, for the most part, the rules make sense, but I do not understand why, if you make an error, you have to find a cliff to throw yourself off of.
I didn't see the movie, so I'm out of my depth now.
Yeah. Anyway, so we are not doing that. Instead, this Partido de Campeones is the 100 best players from the two ligas, Liga Betances on my left in red and Liga Ostos on my right in blue, face one another to determine basically which league wins this year. It is a completely meaningless contest for the most part. Some players may have a bonus writing on the fact that they appeared in this game, but all they have to do is appear. They've already completed they've already gotten the money basically at this point.
Nice.
But it's a chance for guys who would otherwise never play together to get to stand next to each other, have some fun. In later years, the festivities will be much grander than they are right now, that's for sure. And this is one of the longer traditions in Liga Nacional Puertorriqueña history. It dates back to 1881. So, oh,
Whoa.
go ahead.
No, I just said, whoa.
Yeah, in the United States, of course, this did not happen, but Puerto Rico being a much smaller island, right? The idea of, hey, what if just once a year we gathered all of our best guys, had them play? That, for whatever reason, it really caught on in 1881 under Plan Estrella, which was the league's effort to recognize individual excellence more extensively. That's where the awards came from. That's where you start seeing things like this chances for players to kind of get ahead and, frankly, make more money as a result.
Nice.
So, no reason to delay. Let's head down to the field. The managers for this. Oh, that's a beautiful sunset. Um,
Ooh.
for today's contest, the managers will be the manager of the Cotorras for Liga Betances as the reigning champions, and the manager of the Amigos de Guanica for Ostos as the pennant winner for that. This is, frankly, this is as much as we hope that you watch every game. You may notice that our simulator automatically assigns some very ugly uniforms to these guys. We are still trying to figure out exactly how we can change those. Turns out
Mhm.
it's a little bit harder than we thought, but we are working on it. So,
Got some real barbershop quartet pants going on there for the better.
honestly, yeah, it's not great. So we'll keep working on that. Hopefully, we'll get it fixed by 1908. But this is the kind of game where, hey, if you just want to listen and just let this be a radio game for you, that might be a good idea because visually, this is probably going to get pretty confusing.
Yep.
Before we have our starting lineups and our first pitch, we of course need to have the word of all words from our sponsor of all sponsors. Louisa, who are we talking about?
We're of course, talking about Dr. Gonzalez and his wonderful wood tar liquor. 70,000 patients have been cured over 15 years with it. It's cured chronic colds, rogue coughs, abundant chest discharges, asthma, bronchitis, and other respiratory ailments. It helps with both consumption and bladder catarrh. It purifies overhumored blood, and it whets the appetite for fattening. Not to be confused with other Dr. Gonzalez wood tar liquors, except no substitutes. And of course, it's sold in all good pharmacies, especially San Juan's own Farmacia Guillermetti at the corner of Calle de San Francisco and Calle de la Cruz.
Thank you very much, Luisa. Here we go with the starting lineups for today's game at Estadio Guerrero. This is the stadium for the Galanes de Ciales. Normally, that's the silver and blue fence you can see in the back. Hosting the festivities today, of course, they hosted the Bucherones a la Carga, the equivalent of the home run derby, which was won by Navegador Min-Soo Kim.
Woo!
Who, come to think of it, I don't even know if he did not make the All-Star game, surprisingly.
Oh, wow. Why do you think that happened?
I think because other than the home runs, he has not been that good a hitter.
Okay.
He can hit the ball hard when he runs into a pitch, but he is overall still a pretty middling offensive weapon at this point. It's just a lot of fun when he does get a hold of a pitch.
Yes.
So here we go for the technically visiting, even though this is a Betances stadium. Whatever, we don't need to get into it. Leading off for Betances tonight and playing right field from the Caciques de Orocovis, number 35, Aureliano Espinosa. Batting second and playing second base, also from the Caciques de Orocovis, number 25, Alban Lopez. Batting third and playing first base, for some reason, from the Navegadores de Naguabo, number 17, Pablo Salmeron. Batting fourth and playing left field from the Cuervos de Patillas, number 2, Buenaventura Urrutia.
Wow, heck of a name.
Sesquipedalian in the extreme. Batting fifth and playing center field from the Canarios de Atillo, number 1, Guillermo Loredo. Batting sixth and playing third base from the Pescadores de Salinas, current presumptive illustrísimo, number 18, Euripides Solis. Batting seventh and catching from the Maceteros, the Martilleros de Vega Alta, number 7, Marcos Martinez. Batting eighth and playing shortstop from the Navegadores de Naguabo, number 6, Benji Valdez. And batting ninth, this is very interesting that we have to have the DH in the number 9 spot. Whatever. From the Artilleros de Maunabo, number 7, Emmanuel Salazar. And now the starting lineup for the quote-unquote home team, the Liga Ostos All-Stars. The Ostosianos lead off with their left fielder from the Taínos de Gurabo, number 10, Antonio Villalba. One of the few players in league history to be named after a different town from the team where he plays.
Nice.
Batting second and playing second base from the Insolentes de Fajardo, number 34, Tony Corky Crampton. Batting third, the designated hitter from the Menestrales de las Piedras, number 13, Eric Lacroix. Batting fourth and playing third base from the Mercaderes de Villalba, number 22, Arthur Coates. Batting fifth and playing right field from the Reyes de Juana Diaz, number 6, Connor Guest. Batting sixth and playing and catching from the Amigos de Guanica, number 29, Ryan Higgins. By the way, I would like to note that so far all 6 of them have been from different nationalities, whereas the Betances this time around are going hardcore on the Puerto Ricans. There's 2 Cubans, and everybody else is Boricua in this starting lineup.
Nice.
Batting seventh and playing first base from the Marineros de Barceloneta, number 14, Jesus Maria Cordon. Batting eighth and playing shortstop. He did not have that mustache when I last looked at his face. From the
Boy.
Milagrosos de Humacao, number one, René Rebelde. He's a real rebelde with that mustache, is what he is.
Yeah, he is.
And batting ninth and playing center field from the Mofongueros de Corozal, number 17, Roberto Mejorada. Starting tonight on the mound for the Ostosianos is from the Amigos de Guanica, number 19, Hector Delgado. Delgado, fastball, slider, screwball, and sinker. 200 innings sharp, pitched on the year, 15 and 6, ERA of 1.44. 192 strikeouts to just 40 walks. He faces Aureliano Espinosa, who is cruising at an 857 OPS with 1 home run and 36 runs batted in. Cloudy with rain in the forecast, temperature 31 degrees, wind blowing left to right, and it's a sellout crowd here in Ciales. Let's see what happens. We begin as we
Spooky.
pan around the city of Ciales at sunset, part of the great conurbation of the north here. You can see blue, red, and white all over those stands as on the very first pitch, Espinosa grounds out right to Rebelde, throws over to first, and the Betancianos begin as they usually do. 1 pitch, 1 out. Second baseman Alban Lopez coming up next. OPS of 870, 2 home runs, 54 runs batted in. Bit of a better eye on him. He's currently 4th in Betances with 54 runs batted in. 1 out, bases empty. Delgado threw a screwball that got him that first out.
Nice. You don't see that a lot.
Alban Lopez, meanwhile, going for a full count, and unfortunately, more or less the same result. Cordon, who is normally a shortstop, fields it, goes right back to first, and Lopez is out. A long at bat, trying to extend it as far as he could, but unfortunately, after 2 sinkers, 3 sliders, and a number of fastballs, 4 fastballs, 9 pitches total, Lopez can't make anything happen here. He's out as well. Says Will, does Dracula live in that castle fortress up the hill in center field?
I was avoiding saying that because I swear I said that last time we
You
saw
did.
this.
100%. We've talked about this.
It's very appropriate for the season.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, the spooky season, which isn't baseball really just always a spooky sport?
They do have bats.
They do have bats. Pablo Salmeron coming up, OPS of 772, 9 home runs, 44 runs batted in, and your boy may have just realized that the Louisville... Okay, so hang out with me here, right? So
Okay.
Louisville Bats are a real minor league team, right?
Yes.
And they obviously they like to play into the pun of baseball bat versus the animal bat. It just occurred to me sitting here that they're called the Bats because of the Louisville Slugger Company.
Yes.
I just thought they were named that because, it's a baseball team.
Oh boy. Yeah, hiding in plain sight, I suppose.
I do know that the guy who first asked for a Louisville bat by Bud Hillerick, right, was the name of the founder. Gladiator Pete Browning. I think he might still be playing in the minor leagues. That was not the case in our world. He was stone deaf by the end of his life
Wow.
and had some severe... He literally could not field the ball because of his various inner ear issues and balance issues and so on. He had a lot of problems. Baseball in the late 19th century was I don't want to say a dirtbag sport because that's not really what I mean here, but basically it had the same reputation that UFC did in the 1990s, where it was kind of a bunch of misfits.
Okay. That makes sense.
Says Will, I haven't seen this background before, but I figured Louisa had to be thinking it.
I'm always thinking about Dracula a little bit.
This
we
is
know
fair.
that.
Yeah, he's always trying to Renfield
Now-
you.
Yes. Yes. Now, isn't one of our special prospects from Louisville, and I figured this was the reason why, but maybe that's not true.
Wait, what do you... Oh, no, I think the
What?
person who created That prospect is actually from Kentucky.
Interesting. Okay. This whole time I was assuming it was just like a baseball place, Louisville.
No, no. John Boyce actually created that special prospect. Famously, he's Kentuckian. I'm kidding. It was not him. I would be demanding a lot more money if John Boyce had created a special prospect in the LMP-verse.
Yeah, I think I would have heard about it a bunch of times already if that had actually
100%,
happened.
yes. Pablo Salmeron sitting at an OPS of 772, 9 home runs, 44 runs batted in, and on the 2-2 count, Salmeron strikes out
Oh.
on the check swing. Higgins points at the umpire down first base. He puts his fist in the air, and the side is retired. Hector Delgado gets through the first inning with no trouble. We head to the bottom of the first. The Ostosianos get a chance to strike first against, starting on the mound tonight for Betances, from the Navegadores de Naguabo, number 3, Everton Stack, who is having one of the greatest pitching seasons of all time with 192 and 2/3 innings, 15 and 1 record, an ERA, this is not a typo, of 0.65.
Whoa.
He is allowing less than 1 earned run per 9 innings.
That's wild.
Fastball, curveball, sinker, and splitter. And he is, on the year, he has struck out 244 batters. He has walked 26. The man is unstoppable. And he faces Villalba, who's sitting at a 713 OPS. That's a Houston area code if I've ever heard one. No home runs, 27 runs batted in, and 65 stolen bases. Here goes nothing. These early at-bats are going to be tough, of course, because if you're Stack, right, and Villalba, you've never seen each other. But here, Villalba, 2 pitches in, sends it right to Lopez. He ranges to his right, scoops, turns, throws. Salmeron holds on, and that is out number 1 on the sinker. Here comes Tony Crampton, who is finally showing up like we always thought he would. OPS of 801 this year, 1 home run, 47 runs batted in. Great player. Top prospect for the Fajardo organization. Finally really made his presence felt over the last couple of years. Here with the bases empty and 1 out. Let's see what he can do. It's a 1-1 count. And he hits that one through. It's the first hit for either team. Corky Crampton gets in on a base hit that gets past the infield. Valdez and Solis, 2 of the top Ilustrísimo candidates, unable to bring it in, and the Ostosianos have some early traffic with a man aboard for Eric Lacroix. Lacroix is on a 799 OPS, 2 home runs, 45 runs batted in. Let's see what he does. He's going after the first pitch, Lacroix, and they try to steal. Crampton goes to second.
Man.
Martinez nails him at second base there. Plenty of time with a quick release.
Yeah. That's not a good steal.
No, it was not. And with two outs and the base is empty, Lacroix here suddenly has got to be very careful about how he approaches this AB. 3-1 count. Lacroix sends that one right to Valdez at short. And as it turns out, despite the hit, the Betancianos end up facing just the minimum. Both teams will start the second inning with their 4th batters after all that. We're through 1 inning, and currently there is no score.
So, shall we have a little bit of information about the Partido de Campeones?
That would be amazing. What do you have for us?
I want to let everyone know that rosters for the Partido de Campeones are selected by the gaceteros rather than the fans. Each league receives 9 starting pitchers, 9 relievers, and 4 players at each position for a total of 50 players on the roster. There is no requirement that every team in the league be represented. That's gotta be heartbreaking for some teams out there, huh?
Well, some teams should try harder.
Yeah, it's a dog-eat-dog world out here in the Campeones.
So, full disclosure, the reason it's set at 50 players is because that's what we thought the maximum roster size was, no matter what. As it turns out, if you manually select them, you can select as many players as you want.
Oh.
But unfortunately, we are not doing 78-man rosters, so not happening.
Yeah, fair.
Although we have considered expanding, adding one to each position, so it's, 10 starters, 10 relievers, that's 20, and then 5 players at each position. That would give you, I want to say, 65 players, which
Okay.
should give you enough to get most teams at least one all-star player. There are a lot of teams where, like, you'll have somebody who marginally could almost make it, but it really depends on what the gaceteros prize at each position. So, for example, Roberto Mejorada, right here in center field, not anybody's idea of an offensive powerhouse, but he's a center fielder. Defense is the name of the game, and he's such a good defender that he gets noticed for that. So
Do you think if the Gaceteros decided to allow more players to play, they would at that point instate a rule about at least one player for every team, or do you think that's still up in the air?
that would still be up in the air. I have to imagine with 65 players and 39 teams per league, it's just tough because sometimes you have teams where nobody is good.
Yeah, true.
But yes, there is a real possibility that they'll put some sort of limitation on it because there are years where there have been 6 all-stars from the same team and that's just not sustainable.
Yeah, no, that's almost just one whole team making it to the Campeones
Basically, yeah.
by themselves. Yeah.
Okay, in the second inning, the Ostosianos have gone to from the Insolentes de Fajardo, number 1 lefty Diego Sanchez. Uh, Boy, he's got an arsenal: fastball, curveball, changeup, sinker, splitter, cutter, soldier spy.
Wow.
Uh,
And they're all good. None of them are like iffy.
he's a very good pitcher. ERA of 1.92, 130 strikeouts, 32 walks, 13-7 record, 187 and 2/3 innings. He's been the workhorse of the Fajardo rotation this year. He faces Buenaventura Urrutia, who is sitting on an 841 OPS with 1 home run, 33 runs batted in, and exactly 1 stolen base. Urrutia working a full count off of Diego Sanchez here. Urrutia is currently batting .328, and here he flies out to Mejorada in center field. Mejorada. Roberto Mejorada is Spanish for Robert Betterment.
I like that.
And speaking of good defensive center fielders, here comes Guillermo Loredo from the Canarios de Atillo, 784 OPS, 12 home runs, and 41 runs batted in. He was actually in the Bucherones a la Carga, but I'm not sure what place he came in. I don't think he made it out of the first round, actually. 1-0 count. I don't think Loredo's a rookie. What are you talking about? But he grounds out to second there. Crampton to Cordon, and he sits down. Yeah, Loredo has been in the league for over 2 years. Yet the play-by-play said he's batting .259 in his rookie season.
That's very weird. Is this his first time at this game? Is that what they mean?
Maybe.
Okay.
And with 2 outs and the base is empty, you can see why they went to a lefty for this inning, because here comes third baseman Euripides Solis. He's sitting on a 778 OPS, no home runs, 35 runs batted in, and his 26 stolen bases. And his brother Omenides is cheering him on from the stands.
Nice. I do have a question. Why are some of their portraits in sepia tone, but some are in color?
In a 3-1 count, that is flown right to be done by he gathers it in, the side is retired, and the answer is because some of their portraits have not been loaded since we switched to color.
They're suffering from Wizard of Oz syndrome.
Yes, exactly. They have not been yes. The Technicolor has not arrived for them yet. They're still living in Pleasantville.
Yes, that's right.
Betances gets nothing across in the top of the second either, and boy, if this doesn't change, oh no. Oh no. Oh, no, 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 to quote several hundred vines. For the bottom of the second, the Betancianos have turned to Navegador de Nahuabo number 2, Ted Looney Balloony Balloon. Everyone hold on to your butts. Fastball.
The, the batters need to be holding on to their batting helmets to make sure they don't get concussions.
Correct. Fastball, curveball, forkball, and changeup. And he's actually calmed down with the whole hitting pitchers thing, hitting batters thing lately, which is
Has he?
good because he's hit 19 on the year.
Oh, come on, Ted. You
So
can't do that.
yeah, he's on track to hit 37, which would break his own record.
No, do not break that record. Break the good records.
He's sitting at an 192 innings, 19-1 record, ERA of 1.69.
Nice.
191 strikeouts to just 29 walks, which means, okay, so he's hit 19 guys and he's issued 29 walks. Pretty incredible.
Yeah.
So this could be the inning where Betances loses it. It has happened in the past. I am fully expecting one of these three batters to take Ted Balloon deep. We'll see how it goes.
Oh, boy.
Arthur Coates starts us off. He is currently sitting on an 825 OPS, 1 home run, 43 runs batted in. Let's see what Ted brings to the table here on the 1-1 pitch. Coates currently leading batting average. He grounds out to Valdez. Valdez throws over to first, and that is out number 1. Quick and easy. 1 out and the base is empty for Connor Guest. He's sitting on an 815 OPS. Just 8 home runs on the year. His power has really deserted him so far. And 46 runs batted in. Still a pretty good player, but surprising how much less productive he's been this year.
Why do I know his name? That name sounds familiar.
He was in the Bucherones a la Carga last year. He was a campeón last year. He's a Rey, so of course I've talked about him. And
Okay,
we
yes.
were looking at trading for him if we could get the Reyes to give him up, which we could not.
Oh, yeah, I do remember that. Okay.
So with 1 out and the base is empty, here goes nothing. Connor Guest, who is also not a rookie, on the 0-2 pitch. He swings with all his might, but it's a can of corn. Valdez once again has it, and it's out number 2. Bit of a team connection there between Balloon and Valdez, and he will now get to face Ryan Higgins. The professor here is hitting 686 OPS, 28 home runs, no home runs, and surprisingly, 12 stolen bases despite being approximately as slow as molasses. So with 2 outs and the base is empty, here comes... Oh, I know why they're saying it's the rookie season. Never mind. Okay. He sends that one over to center field. Loredo has it on the run, and as it turns out, Ted Balloon manages to get through that inning. No trouble. Color me surprised to death.
Now, you have to explain. Why are they all rookies all of a sudden?
Because before this season, at some point, and I don't remember exactly where this happened, I think it was in creating the European Baseball League. Some of the players were created with existing service time. So I would say, Gorzad Prelec has been in the major leagues for 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to erase the service time, and it looks like what happened is it doesn't always default to the league that you were just looking at.
Oh, no.
Right. Now, this doesn't really matter because eventually we are going to have to, wipe out this time period and start from this template so that we can kind of keep the game running without it grinding to a halt under all the retired players and whatnot.
Uh-huh.
So it's not a huge deal. The only thing it matters for is Hall of Fame elections, and we can always do those manually. So who cares? It's not really a problem. All of their statistics are still there. It's just that one number that isn't. So it's not like it suddenly wiped out all the games they've played or anything. Those are all still there.
Okay. Well, that's not so bad then, I suppose.
No, not at all. If
But
it
I
were...
would like to tell you another... Yes?
Oh, go ahead. Yes. That's exactly
I would
where I
like
was
to tell
going.
you another fact about this game we're watching. So, in the very first Partido de Campeones, held in Ibonito, Betances beat Ostos by the score of 12-4, scoring 9 of their runs in the second inning, including the first home run in Partido de Campeones history from Orocovis Leonardo Casanova. Naranjito's Felipe Esquivel, the 19th century's biggest workhorse, who pitched nearly 8,000 innings, took the loss. Ponce's Radames Martinez, the first player elected to the LNP Hall of Fame, gave up that home run, as well as 4 more, getting only one out. On 36 pitches. Arroyo's Bartolome Riojas won Ilustre de Partido, putting up 3 hits and scoring 3 runs. That sounds like an explosive first championship.
It was, and I think that was part of why it stuck around. Everybody kind of went like, this whips. You get to see the 100 best players in the league, a 12-4 game. There was a home run in an era that was not known for home runs from a player that wasn't known for home runs. These guys are switching in and out. There's constant changes on the field. It's a free-for-all. This is fun. People loved it. And I think that's why it stuck around. If it had been a boring thing, if it had been, I don't know, 3-1 or something like that, and everybody had struggled to get anything going, I think you're talking about everybody says, this is the worst experiment we've ever tried. Let us never speak of this again. And they just, fill the field with concrete and say this is not a place of honor. But
Yeah.
it was so good that they thought we should turn this into a bigger party.
Do you think it's that teams, because unless you reach the championships, the 2 ligas never meet, right?
Mm-hmm.
So did the players just not have any knowledge of what the other team was capable of, and this just all came together?
Yeah, which is one of the biggest things, I think, for everybody. This is unless you have a player get traded from one league to the other, which does happen. Notably, I'm trying to remember, a couple of years ago, there was a guy who was named an all-star for Ostos, and he was traded to Betances like 2 days before. This is a thing that happens in our universe as well. Obviously, you would appear for the league that you were chosen for, and then, you rejoin your new team. But unless something like that happens, typically speaking, you won't be a campeón that season. It would be very rare if you're traded across leagues with enough time to have a sample size in each, because you won't have played enough games. That is the only way that you could have knowledge of both leagues. So otherwise, as you say, these teams will not meet again until the national championship.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And it puts a lot of pressure on both leagues to sort of, I mean, they have a lot of fun with it, basically. I say it puts a lot of pressure on them. I think it puts a lot of pressure on them to make it a fun game, to make it something that people want to go to make it an attraction. The trading deadline happens around this time, so in more modern eras, you'll have people, glued to their phones or TVs, sort of waiting to find out what's the newest deal that's coming down the pike.
Yeah.
The bucherones a la carga. You have other festivities. I think Hall of Fame elections were done around this time for a while as well, so that they could roll in. So if you had the money to go to whatever town was doing this, Ciales in this case, right? You could go for the entire week, basically, and just do a bunch of baseball stuff.
Nice.
And then, of course, because this is Ciales, you can also visit that stone that turns old woman young overnight.
Is it just women that it works for?
According to the songs, it is just women. Maybe Puerto Rican men do not feel the need to test the stone. Maybe that's why.
Fair enough.
Hey, C. Seiler. And now pitching for Liga Ostos, number 2 from the Poetas de Toalta and formerly of the Ilustres de Barranquitas, Nicodemo Ceja, which is Spanish for Nicodemus eyebrow.
Ooh. Did
Third,
you see the movie?
Rats of
Mrs.
Nim,
Frisbee
or
and the Rats
whatever it's
of
called?
Nim.
No.
Okay, well, there is a Nicodemus who's a
Yes.
rat, and he does have great eyebrows, so
And
there is that.
you know how I knew where you were going with this? The character of Nico in the podcast Tanis, which is one of the most confused messes I've ever seen. It's like if H.P. Lovecraft and Annihilation had a love child, and
Okay.
it mostly came out looking like Annihilation, like almost too much, in fact. Um, he reveals over the course of the podcast that he was named Nico because of Nicodemus.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
That's a biblical name, though, isn't it, originally?
Yes, it is. It is a secret Christian that
Uh-huh.
that is told in John 3:16, "For God so loved the world that He sent His only begotten Son to die for us."
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
Yep. 1 second.
Makes sense for all the rats being secret in Nim, I mean. People who have read that book will know what I'm talking about.
So anyway, Nico de Moseja is at 224. Says Cesar 2021. I don't know what I'm watching. You are watching the Partido de Campeones, the All-Star game, which is why the uniforms are much uglier than usual. Trust us, if you see full pants on players, something is not normal. We believe in the high socks in this league. Anyway, Nico de Moseja is sitting at 224 innings, 13-7 record, 208 strikeouts to 35 walks, ERA of 1.37. He's having an excellent season, fastball, slider, changeup, and sinker, as he faces Marcos Martinez here in the top of the third. Martinez is currently sitting at a 762 OPS, 1 home run, 41 runs batted in. Let's see if this is the inning Betances finally decides to show up. And on the 2-2 count, Ceja has held opposing batters to a 454 OPS. And Martinez, who had struck out just 14 times on the year, goes down swinging here on a fifth pitch sinker. Sit down, Marcos Martinez. Here comes Benji Valdez to show you how it's done. Benji Valdez sitting at a 684 OPS, no home runs, 31 runs batted in, 45 stolen bases. These Betancianos need a base runner in the worst way. Just to prove the opposition is mortal. Ceja
Yes.
sits Valdez down on a fastball. Just 3 pitches this time. Got the benefit of a very generous first called strike, but the other 2 there was no arguing with. So there he goes. 2 outs and the bases remain empty for designated hitter Emmanuel Salazar. The Artillero is sitting at a 690 OPS, 1 home run, 46 runs batted in, and 16 stolen bases. Let's see if Ceja will punch him out as well. And on the 1-2 count, Ceja rears back, launches, and he does make contact, but it's not good enough. That'll be right over Mejorada's head. And the Betancianos through 3, unable to get anything going off of Hostos' premier pitching. On the fly out from Emmanuel Salazar, they've been through the order one whole time, and they've got nothing to show for it. Will Hostos take advantage of that? Well,
Somebody's got to take advantage at some point.
one would hope. So, in the bottom of the third, the new pitcher for Betances from the Pescadores de Salinas, number 49, lefty Efraín Calderón. He's sitting at a 206 2/3 innings, 15-5 record. Pardon me. 183 strikeouts to 43 walks, ERA of 1.31. Calderon, a very power pitcher, fastball, curveball, sinker, and cutter. The curveball being his money pitch. He faces Jesus Maria Cordon, who is at a 756 OPS, no home runs, 47 runs batted in, and 47 stolen bases, I might add. By the way, he's actually faced Calderon before because he used to be on Guaynabo. He's got 4 hits and 9 at-bats against them.
Oh, nice. Charge.
Indeed. Cordon hitting 288 on the year, and here he shows off why. That lands in left field. It gets down for a base hit, the second of the game by either team. Urrutia unable to catch up to that one. And with a man on, you have to imagine they're going to try to run Cordon. He's a very fast runner.
Ooh, I hope so.
So here comes Rebelde, who is sitting at a 654 with a home run, 21 runs batted in, 8 steals on the year. Let's see how they strategize around this one. Calderon, one pitch in, has trouble. 0-1 count. Martinez tries to get rid of that ball in time, but Cordon is safe. He steals his first base of the game, and now Calderon has a runner behind him with no outs.
Nice.
2 strikes on Rebelde. He's going to have to power down and get through these next batters. Let's see if he can manage it here. On the 1-2 count, Calderon gets him. Rebelde chases a cutter down
that
low.
Was awfully... Yeah, okay. I was going to say, it looked very low.
And he whiffs on it. Strikeout number 1 for Efrain Calderon, 5 pitches in. And his reward is facing Roberto Mejorada, OPS of 691, 2 home runs and 35 runs batted in. Man on second with 1 out. Mejorada bangs it to second base. Lopez has it, throws to Salmeron, and Mejorada is out. Cordon advances to third. He'll be 90 feet away to try and take the first run of the game as the batting order turns over, and here comes Antonio Villalba. He's 0 for 1 on the day. Villalba to a full count, grounds out to Valdez. Valdez throws to first, and they get out of it. Unbelievably, the side is retired. Just 1 hit, but a great play there from the shortstop. Saves the run, and we remain scoreless through 3 innings. Before we continue, we're going to have another word from another of our wonderful sponsors. Louisa, the booth is all yours.
Thank you. Folks, we have a little item from the newspaper for you. This is Juan Palomo, second year, Satirico Literary Seminar. This newspaper is delivered in La Habana every Sunday in broadsheet, and each issue contains 8 pages luxuriously printed and adorned with the scintillating and expressive caricatures of our actualities from the ingenious pencil of the most accredited Senor Landaluce. It includes articles of an unserious and humoristic bent, sketches and biographies, scenes of local customs, a review of the week, a most beautiful legend entitled Stories from the Thicket, and a section of sartenazos, blows from the frying pan, in prose and verse. Correspondences from the main cities of the globe and also from the lands held by the insurrectionists in Cuba, since in all of these places there is a John with pen and paper and a great love for his country of Spain. And where are there no Johns at all? I assume that question is rhetorical, and I'm not exactly sure what they mean. Okay, I'm going to read it again. Since in all these places there is a John with pen and paper. Okay, I get that. They're talking about an average guy who's going to write stuff down. There's always plenty of those. And a great love for his country of Spain, of course. And where are there no Johns at all? That I don't know. That's a puzzler. I'm not exactly sure what the seminar is, considering this just appears to be information about how wonderful this newspaper is. It does sound wonderful. I do want to know about Stories from the Thicket. This is probably all wrong, but that name is making me think it's like Mark Trail, where he does a lot of punching bad guys, but also like tracking wounded mountain lions and stuff. That can't be it. The blows from the frying pan sounds like a section you'd find in Reader's Digest. Humorous items from around the house. Prose and verse, though, so you're getting some poems about it. Humorous poems, perhaps?
Which one did you read?
I read Juan Palomo's second year Satirico Literary Seminar, which doesn't seem to mention a seminar in any way. It's about how great the newspaper is, a Cuban newspaper.
Oh, yes. Hang on. I remember this guy. Trying to remember what this guy's deal was.
Is he the publisher of this newspaper?
No, I think Juan Palomo is the name of the newspaper.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Oh, maybe that gives us a clue. The last sentence is very confusing.
yes.
In all these places, there's a John with pen and paper. Sure. And I guess if Juan Palomo, this is the John. And a great love for his country of Spain. And where are there no Johns at all? Question mark.
If you're wondering, it was that sentence that convinced me we needed to have that commercial in rotation. What they mean is basically what they are trying to tell you, the conceit that they are asking you, under which they are asking you to operate, is that all of their correspondents are named Juan.
Yes, I know. I believe that. I believe that in a general sense of Tom, Dick, and Harry.
Right.
There's always a John with a pen and paper. Sure. But where are there no Johns at all? I don't know.
That's their point, that they can get correspondence from anywhere in the world because there's a Juan everywhere.
All right. Fair enough.
That's what they're trying to say. It's
a good
amazing. There was a magazine in the United States named Smith's. It had nothing to do with the name of the publisher. None of the people involved with it was named Smith. It was purely trying to take advantage of that being a common American surname. They just figured that it would get people surnamed Smith to subscribe.
That's clever. Have you heard the story of Goodrich and Goodyear tires?
No.
Well, I want to say Goodrich was the company that started first. They started making automobile tires when that became a thing, and they got popular. And then another company wanted people to be confused at the auto mechanic and maybe order their product instead. Okay. So they said they were naming it after the inventor of the tire, I want to say, who's named Goodyear.
Uh-huh.
But they only named it that because they were hoping that you wouldn't remember Goodrich was the tires you wanted, and you'd say Goodyear. Yeah.
This is a little bit like the Kellogg and Post companies coming out of the same deal.
Uh-huh.
Where
the same families.
The same family, rather. Kellogg. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
that's pretty wild. There's a story like that near here too, Hershey, Pennsylvania. The Hershey family, obviously, we know what they did. But one of their lesser branches started selling ice cream. So there's Hershey ice cream. And they were then later attempted to be driven out of business by the more successful company Hershey, saying, this has nothing to do with our chocolate, so you'll confuse people. This is our trademark, Hershey's. But they have dispensation to sell their ice cream, I think, only in Pennsylvania. So Hershey ice cream is not Hershey's.
Okay, does the Hershey's brand sell ice cream?
I don't think they do under their name, but they sell their name to other ice cream makers.
Okay, I was going to say, because there is a place 2 blocks away from here that sells Hershey ice cream.
Okay, interesting. Maybe they're sneaking it out.
Yeah, maybe. They're saying they finally decided they've had enough of this. Says C. Seiler, I see Hershey ice cream here in Texas. Okay.
Ooh, maybe they've litigated that. Maybe they've been able to sell more. And, good for them, because just because a more popular company has that name, like, it's still your name. It's still your ice cream business that you started, so good for them.
The lesser, what people don't know is that all the lesser Hershey relations were all bloodily murdered during one of their nephews' baptisms.
I'm trying to tie this to that chocolate river in Willy Wonka. No,
That's how
no,
they
I can't.
disposed of them. Yeah, they just put them in there.
Those tubes. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, so it's the top of the fourth. Aureliano Espinosa, who is 0 for 1 on the day, faces new pitcher. Why are all these pitchers wearing number 2? Hopefully, it's not reflective of their performance. From the Mercaderes de Villalba, lefty number 2, Polideuco Quiros, who has a curveball and a sinker. So he's the first true reliever we've seen here, which is different from a true believer. True relievers is what Stan Lee, as a pitching coach, would call his bullpen.
Yes, that's right.
He's sitting on,
Excelsior.
he's sitting on 62 and 2/3 innings, 5 wins, 3 losses, 41 strikeouts, 11 walks, ERA of 1.44. Let's see what he breaks out against Espinosa. It's a 1-0 count. Quiros has pitched in 30 games. As Espinosa launches that one all the way into the right field corner, and it lands. It's a base hit for the
Woo!
Betancianos, and they're in business. Espinosa breaking for third. It's a triple guest, unable to find his way to the ball. Espinosa goes in sliding, and what a first hit to get Aureliano Espinosa from the Caciques off of Polideuco Quiros on the very first pitch. Connor Gast has to play it on the bounce there, launches it back to the cutoff man. And by the time it gets back into the infield, they've got no choice but to send it home. Aureliano Espinosa with the go-ahead run just 90 feet away, and his teammate at bat. Alban Lopez is also 0 for 1, and Quiros, now 2 pitches into this game, has to figure out what he's going to do. 2-1 count. Lopez hitting .327 with wrist speeds, and that will do it. It hits short center, and an RBI single from Alban Lopez,
Woo!
and just like that, the Betancianos are up 1-0.
Nice.
Crampton there, unfortunately, could not quite make it to the ball, and Rebelde goes over to comfort him. So, the Betancianos take the lead 1-0 here in the top of the fourth. The red benches howl in joy, which is definitely the sound you make when you're happy.
It is if you're a werewolf, and there we've got the setting for it.
Fair. I do think if you're a werewolf, you generally howl, though. It's kind of the sound you make for everything.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good sound. It's a good one to do.
Fair. Florence and the Machine would agree. There's a man on first with no outs for Pablo Salmeron. Also, for one, he struck out last time he came out to the plate. Says C. Seiler, I always wonder in All-Star games if the players play as hard as they normally do. Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I do not think this is true in the Liga Nacional Puertorriqueña, and I think they are explicitly discouraged from playing that hard. You don't want to get hurt.
Yeah.
Salmeron going after the first pitch, knocks it to second. Is that going to be a double play? Not quite. Lopez sliding into second to make it a fielder's choice and give Salmeron a fighting chance to make it to first, which he does.
Nice.
So it'll be a ground out there, and here comes Buenaventura Urrutia, also 0 for 1. Comes up with a man on first and 1 out. That was a curveball. Salmeron extended and smashed, but had to lengthen the bat a little bit too much. Couldn't get around on it. These are some quick at-bats we're seeing. Urrutia on the 1-0 count. Ground out to third, and that is also not a double play. Luckily, Coates sends it over to Crampton, and this time it's Salmeron who slides into him to prevent the double play. Coates got rid of that ball in a hurry, and Urrutia's not the fastest man in the universe. That's why he's only stolen 1 base. Here comes Guillermo Loredo, also for 1. Surprised they haven't substituted any of their batters yet.
Yeah, especially since they've been doing it for the pitchers.
Exactly. So here goes nothing. 2 outs, man on first. That's a wall pitch.
What? What the heck?
Higgins can't bring it in, and that will allow Urrutia to take second, move him to scoring position here. Let's see what he'll do with that. It's a 1-0 count. On the 2-2 count, Loredo strikes out. Quiros gets him with a curveball, and the inning is over for the Betancianos. They are unable to get more than that 1 run. And now they are sending their own reliever. And This is not the guy I turn to right now, though he does have a pretty good record as of today. Now pitching for the Betancianos, number 20 from the Martilleros de Vega Alta, Avelino Guillén. He's sitting on 64 and 2/3 innings, 8 wins, 2 losses, 10 saves, 23 strikeouts to 19 walks, and an ERA of 1.39. Avelino Guillén has a curveball and a cutter, and he's going to face Crampton, Lacroix, and Coates. This could go the other way very quickly indeed. Crampton, 1-for-1 on the day. Guillén here, who's held opposing batters to a 2-2-3. Crampton single to left, and here he draws a walk, the first we've seen in this ball game. Here comes Lacroix, 0-for-1 on the day. Man on first, and still no outs here. Oh, hello. Martinez, for the second time today, nails Crampton at second and wipes him off the bases. Maybe that was the strategy. Maybe they just decided it's better to let him have first base and then throw him out trying to steal. Let him get cocky.
Yeah.
So with 1 out and the bases empty, Lacroix still at the plate. 1-0 count. Grounds that out to Salmeron, who acquits himself reasonably well as a first baseman there. Picks up, taps the bag, and he is out. 2 outs now. Cutter down the middle, couldn't quite hit it right on the screws, and here comes Arthur Coates. Arthur Coates also 0-for-1 on the day, base is empty, and 2 outs. 3-1 count. Guillén can't quite get the pitch over, and it's a shallow left base hit. Urrutia once again having to deal with it. It'll be up to Guest to try and take advantage of that one. I should have been able to make a better pun there.
About Guest?
Yeah. He's 0-for-1 on the day. Let's see how he does at the plate. 2 outs, man on first. 1-1 count, and I think... Oh! He gets plunked. That's not how you treat your guests.
There we go.
I guess he decided to overstay his welcome at the plate. At least for Guillen's standards. And so Guest will trot down to first as he gets hit with an errant curveball to put 2 on. The tying and go-ahead runs on base with 2 outs for Ryan Higgins, who is 0-for-1 on the day. The Irish catcher here has a chance to be the hero of the hour. Let's see if it's going to happen. 1-1 count. Higgins hits that one through. Will the tying run come home? Center field, Loredo launching it. And the run is in. Arthur Coates scores to tie the game. Ryan Higgins with the RBI single. This game is 1-1 now. Great work moving around the bases there, as the throw from Loredo was not in time. Avelino Guillén there allows the tying run to score, and Ostos in business with 2 men in scoring position, and Cordon, who's gotten a hit and is hitting .306 with Crispy Rispies, has a chance to give them the lead. Let's see if Guillén can tool down here. 19 pitches already. First pitch, Cordon launches that one into center field.
Here we go now.
And it goes right to Loredo, who catches it and ends the inning. We're through 4 innings. The Ostosianos score a run. They strand 2 runners. But it's a whole new ball game as we head into the 5th. This game is knotted 1-1.
Before that, we have another little piece of info to let you all know. As of 1906... Betances has a slight edge on Ostos, having won 12 of the Partidos de Campeones to Ostos 11. Each league has had a 4-year winning streak. Betances won from 1890 to 1893, and Ostos from 1902 to 1905.
I think Betances...
Yeah.
I think Betances, also had a... No, I don't remember which league. There is one league that has also had a 3-year winning streak. But,
okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say, they seem nicely balanced overall.
Yeah, they do play by the same rules. In fact, as of last year, I believe I could be wrong about this. To say, do they have the same number of championships? That's the question.
Ah.
Oh, no, actually, Betances has the edge in championships by one, thanks to Ecuadores.
Still, over the fullness of how many games they've done, that's pretty even.
Very true. By the way, says I am informed that the website for Hershey's ice cream, which at the bottom of every page says it is not affiliated with Hershey's chocolate, says it is available in more than 33,000 stores in 39 states.
Oh, good for them.
Yeah, I guess. Now, this is the first time I've actually wanted to try it. It's a halal cart place that's near me.
Uh-huh.
I order from there pretty much every time my wife is out of town because she's not a huge fan. And they're one of these places that they do like a million different things. So you can get like a chicken sandwich, you can get classic halal cart food like a lamb platter or whatever. You can get a gyro, you can get wings, boneless wings. They have seafood. I don't know that I would trust that. And they had very good
Wait.
fries. Uh-huh.
I shouldn't think too much into this. They're a halal place, but they have seafood?
Yeah, yep, you nailed it.
Okay, well.
I think the thought process is that it's like, it's basically, it starts as halal cart food and then it becomes like other things.
Okay.
That it's just whatever you want to get, and it's dirt cheap. So, I think I got the last time I was there. I think everything I got lasted me about 4 meals, and it was $40. In this day and age,
Wow.
not bad.
No, not bad.
Especially not for food you didn't cook yourself. And
I lost the plot a little bit. They sell Hershey's ice cream there? Is that where?
Yeah. They have it right there when you walk in, right next to the pickup counter. And I've never even noticed it. I've just assumed that it's the chocolate company. So this entire time I haven't been interested in it whatsoever. This is the most I've ever cared about it.
Yeah, next time you have to give it a look.
I guess so. I know they have some like really bright green and pink ones. Like obviously there's a mint chocolate and so on with like really neon colors. So learned something new today. How cool is that? All right, we're here in the top of the fifth, and the new pitcher for the Ostosianos is from the Señores de Ponce, number 56, Juan Vargas. Vargas is on 17 and a third innings. He's got 2 wins, no losses, 3 saves. He has yet to allow an earned run this year, sitting on 10 strikeouts and 2 walks. He's got a fastball and a slider, and he faces Euripides Solis, who is 0 for 1 on the day. On the 0-1 count, Solis bangs it through. He sends it into short center field on a bouncer. Crampton can't hold on to it. It goes over his glove. It's a base hit, and we're in business. The Betancianos have a man on with no outs for Marcos Martinez, who is 0 for 1 on the day. 1-1 count. Solis! Hey, it's their turn to get thrown out at second. Solis there, for whatever reason, almost tripped over his feet there, trying to get to second, and gave them all the time they needed to get him caught stealing. So the bases are newly empty, and there's 1 out for Martinez. On the 2-2 count, Martinez hits that one hard, but right at Rebelde turns, throws to first, and that is out number 2. A promising inning, suddenly turning into a bit of a damp squib here in the 5th. As Benji Valdez comes up, he's 0 for 1. Can he do any better? Benji Valdez going after the first pitch, and he does! It's a base hit ripped through the right side of the infield. He rounds first, pulls up, and that'll put a man on with 2 outs for Emmanuel Salazar, who is 0 for 1 on the day. Let's see if Salazar wants to try and make his presence known here. He's not usually known for his power. But here he goes, and another steal. Benji is successful. Benji Valdez making it to second base easily on that, with Salazar at the plate. as he is safe there, and Vargas will now have to deal with a man in scoring position. Salazar, let's see here. Can we get... He is hitting 267 with men in scoring position. Next pitch. He bounces it to Crampton. Crampton has all the time in the world to turn around, throw to first, and the top of the fifth is over. A little more traffic there. They got some hits, but the Betancianos unable to punch it through, take advantage, and take the lead. We head into the bottom of the fifth, and the Ostosianos have a chance to do that very thing. And to do it, they'll be facing from the Navegadores de Nahuabo, number 42, Tomas Perez. He is sitting on a 15-1 record, 160 innings, plus 1 out, ERA of 1.46, 172 strikeouts to 40 walks. He's got a slider, curveball, forkball, changeup, sinker, and splitter. And he will face Rebelde, who is 0 for 1 on the day, Mejorada, and Villalba. Here we go, Rebelde. Perez has held opponents to a 173 average. Rebelde here knocks it on the very first pitch. It's a base hit into short center. He turns around first, and the Ostosianos in business once again with no outs. Here comes Roberto Mejorada. He's 0 for 1 on the day. In July, he's hitting a pretty sterling 320. Mejorada, first pitch. It's a bunt. Perez has it. Throws to first, and he gets the trailing runner. And barely at that. That could have been trouble. That could have ended with 2 on and no outs. But instead, it's a man on second with 1. And we have our first pinch hitter of the night. Now batting for the Ostosianos from the Ingenieros de Rincon, number 19, Lorenzo Garcia. 698 OPS, 1 home run, 32 runs batted in. Perez 2 pitches in serious trouble. 3 pitches in, there's an attempt to steal third, and he is safe. Rebelde steals third, a daring pilfering there, as Martinez can't get rid of the ball in time, and with the go-ahead run 90 feet away, this could be dangerous. He's got to get Garcia out at the plate. He cannot give him a chance to get contact on that ball. 3-1 count. Garcia launches it into center field. Loredo has it, throws, and Rebelde able to tag up in plenty of time. The Ostosianos take the lead on the sac fly from Lorenzo Garcia. Gets the job done, puts his team ahead by a run, and the Betanciano defense unable to cope there. The runner will be safe. René Rebelde scores the go-ahead run, and the Ostosianos are up 2-1 here in the bottom of the fifth.
Amazing.
Great one-out knock, and we get our second pinch hitter. Hey, say hello to an old friend. From the Taínos de Gurabo, it is number 25, Jacques Centur. He's sitting on a 727 OPS, 3 home runs, 43 runs batted in, 38 stolen bases, so the danger is not over. Perez could still have this unravel more. 2 outs, bases empty. Centur is 0 for 5 as a pinch hitter so far, and 0 for 6 now as he goes down on strikes. That's the out Tomas Perez badly wanted and did not get. The Ostosianos, as we finish the 5th inning, come up with a run, and they are now ahead 2-1.
Wow. Well, to put some more Navegadores on blast, here's some information for you. The largest margin of victory in a Partido de Campeones is Ostos' 11-2 win in 1902. 3 Navegadores, Frank, Benji, and Roberto Calsaco, were in the starting lineup. They collectively failed to get a single hit. Tragic.
Yep.
Shameful.
Honestly. For a while there, it almost seemed as though Betances wasn't allowed to win as long as the Navegadores were involved.
They were the curse?
Yeah, exactly. It finally stopped being a thing, but it was tough for a second to watch those teams.
Yeah.
especially because often the Navegador pitcher would give up a home run, and that would not necessarily be the deciding moment, but it would be problematic.
Yeah, demoralizing.
Exactly. By the way, if that sac fly is what makes the difference, look for Lorenzo Garcia to be the ilustre de partido on this one.
Oh, yeah.
And now pitching for the Ostosianos, number 29, Rafael Garcia, the man who needs no introduction. Fastball, curveball, changeup, sinker, and cutter. This man has won 2 triple crowns. He is currently sitting on a 1.78 ERA, 140 strikeouts to 62 walks, 197 innings, and 13-4 record. And he faces the first pinch hitter for the Betanceanos from the Cuervos de Patillas, number 57, Luis Flores, 861 OPS, no home runs, 48 RBI, as Lorenzo Garcia takes over in left field, and Jacques Centur at second. Let's see if Flores can inject some much-needed offensive punch here, as he takes Garcia to a 3-1 count. Leading off here in the 6th. Flores launches it into the air, but guess this time. Chasing it down, he's got it on the track. Places himself well in position and makes the grab very well. This is taking forever to actually show the pitch. There we go. Connor Guest with a good play to make up for his issues earlier. Alban Lopez, 1 for 2 with a ribby. He'll be allowed to hit for himself. 1 out, bases remain empty. Full count for Alban Lopez. Grounds out to Rebelde at short. That should be an easy ground out to first. And indeed, that's exactly what happens. So 2 quick outs, and we'll get a new pinch hitter. Pablo Salmeron will sit, and he will be replaced with number 8 from the Murciélagos de Camuy, León Villegas. In his second year as a Murciélago, Villegas has an OPS of 818 with 1 home run and 60 runs batted in, plus 45 stolen bases. If he can make it onto the base paths, he should be a terror. But first, he's got to get there. 2 outs, bases empty.
That's the hard part.
Going after the first pitch. He launches it into left field, and that is going to land! León Villegas, what should be a double, is going to... No! He slides in. It's a triple. The second triple of the day for the Betanceanos, and the tying run 90 feet away if Buenaventura Urrutia can make things happen here. There's no better hitter than he in this spot. They've got to use him. So let's see what he brings to the table here, as he is 0 for 2 on the day. 1-0 count for Urrutia. Sends that one into center field. Mejorada chasing it down. He should have it. And he does to end the top of the 6th. That could have been trouble, but thanks to the superior defense out there in center field, it ends with the game still in hand for the Ostosianos, who have a chance to even extend their lead here in the bottom of the 6th. Boy, not what I was expecting there. Kind of from either side, really.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on. I was kind of hoping the game would break dramatically in a certain way, but it didn't. It has not.
It has not yet. León Villegas now at first. Luis Flores now in right field, as Santiago Martinez is the new pitcher from the Mulos de Aguas Buenas. He's sitting on 59 2/3 innings, 6 wins, 3 losses, 23 strikeouts, 14 walks, ERA of 1.81. Martinez has a fastball, slider, changeup, and sinker. The Mulos are his third team. He has played for Jayuya and Barceloneta. And he will face new pinch hitter from the Esqueletos de Vieques, number 47, Diego Delgado, who is currently at a 721 OPS, no home runs, and 42 runs batted in. Delgado taking Martinez to a full count here. Martinez has held the opposition to 265, as here comes the payoff pitch. And Delgado launches that one into right field. I think you might get your break after all, as the center fielder out there, Loredo, has to chase that down, and it's a triple. We've seen 3 triples in this ball game here.
Yes, that's true. You're right. I shouldn't complain so much, but they haven't really resulted in those runs is the thing.
Well, they might be about to, is what I'm thinking.
Well, I hope so.
New pinch hitter, number 15 from the Arribeños de Utuado, Manuel Escobedo. 708 OPS, 1 home run, 29 runs batted in. Man on third and no outs. Escobedo here just needs to lift something, and they've got an insurance run. 2-1 count. And that is not what the doctor ordered. It's a pop-up, and Villegas able to run in from first to get it. Out 1. Not out of danger yet, though. Here comes Connor Guest, who's 0 for 1 on the day, plus a hit by pitch. With a man on third and 1 out. They're still very much in trouble. As on the first pitch, they intentionally walk Connor Guest to put 2 on and set up the double play. And that is interesting. In response to this, instead of going with the hitter they had there, who was, let's see here, they had Ryan Higgins, who had a hit in this game. They decide to switch him out for new pinch hitter from the Lecheros de Bayamón, number 23, Anthony Gifford. 717 OPS, no home runs, 18 runs batted in. Let's see, maybe this is a neat trick they've got up their sleeves. Runners on the corners with 1 out for Anthony Gifford, who goes after the first pitch, hits it. It goes to second for 1, but it's a fielder's choice. Good slide, and Delgado able to score on that. They were trying to set up the double play. They got the right batted ball for it, but the slide from the lead runner there to second, Guest, unable to do the double play. They can't make the relay, and Delgado able to score on that one. So yes, it is out number 2, but the Ostosianos are now up 3-1. They have managed to actually do damage with this.
Amazing.
And with a man on first and 2 outs, clearly to unnerve Santiago Martinez, they bring out their secret weapon, new pinch hitter from the Marineros de Barceloneta, or maybe they should be called the Martineros, because this is number 93, Martín Martínez.
The man's so nice they named him twice.
692 OPS, no home runs, 29 runs batted in, and on the 2-2 count, Martinez goes down swinging. So they strained Gifford as we are through 6 innings now, but Liga Hostos leads 3-1. So if they can hold this, we are about to see Hostos take back the tie. Before we do that, though, we are going to have another word from another of our wonderful sponsors. Louisa, the booth is all yours.
Thank you. Let's see. Let's find a nice item that I have not told you about before. Oh, here we go. Here's an amusing little story for you, and it is called Nosy Child. It is said that when Victor Hugo held great salons in his Paris home, he invited a famous painter who had no nose to dinner. Knowing, as an eminent writer might, the ways of children, Hugo recommended to his wife that his son Charles, then an 8-year-old boy, be firmly warned against mentioning their guest's unique physical condition during dinner. All began as intended, and throughout most of the dinner, Hugo and his wife believed that they had managed to avoid any sort of social disgrace. Unfortunately, during one of the inevitable lulls that attend every such discussion, the curious boy instead turned to his mother and asked, in a voice sufficiently loud for the entire table to hear, "But mother, why am I forbidden to talk about this man's nose when he does not have one?" Oh, out of the mouths of babes, right? Right, folks? I wonder how much of this is true. I mean, probably not a lot. Was it even Victor Hugo's child? Does Victor Hugo even have a child? I have to wonder. Also, famous painter with no nose. How famous? Do I know who they are? I don't think I do. Are they real? I wonder.
What are we at? What did we read?
I read the amusing anecdote of the nosy child.
Oh man, this one I don't even remember. Unlike the
Victor Hugo's son.
oh
An
yes,
outburst at dinner.
mm-hmm. Kids, man.
I want. Yeah, right. I'm wondering who this famous painter is with no nose, because I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. It
Also, I know the reason a lot of people didn't have a nose at the time, and it was syphilis. So I wonder if that's involved.
yeah. You do get the sense that this is somehow Victor Hugo's fault. That his kid is asking these difficult questions.
Yeah, exactly. It's poor upbringing or genetics, perhaps,
No, no, no.
depending
I
on what
meant I
the
meant more
style was at
like
the time.
I meant more. You're this genius writer, right? And so you raise your kid with these sort of like if you're this kind of creative artistic person, right? You raise your kid to also prize intelligence and curiosity and so on, and then it's just gonna kind of bite you in the butt sometimes.
Yep, true.
Supposedly George S. Kaufman, when he was he wrote a bunch of Marx Brothers plays and things like that.
Hmm.
Wrote of Thee I Sing, the musical.
Uh huh.
He when he was very young, the story goes that this aunt he hated was coming to visit, and he was told, it wouldn't hurt to be nice to her, would it? And he apparently replied, "That depends on your threshold of pain."
That's too much for a child. That's too much. Like, and my 4-year-old said that
Yeah,
she hates Trump or whatever.
he's the unwoke toddler.
Yes.
He was apparently that way. During one play, the Marx Brothers, they would improvise so much that during one rehearsal, he ran onto stage in a mock rage and said, "Okay, hold on, we have to stop. I could have sworn I just heard a line I actually wrote."
Oh man.
And we're not past the watershed, so I can't tell any of the most of the bridge stories that um, that he most of the ways that he responded to his bridge partners. But apparently, once he got so mad at his partner playing a hand that he was told, how would you have played it, George? And he replied, under an assumed name.
Nice.
I have many more of these. If people want to hear more George S. Kaufman stories, there's many more.
Real Algonquin round table up here.
Yeah, weirdly not a member. That's the strangest thing about him. He
Yeah.
wasn't really in that circle, mostly because he was incredibly antisocial in general,
Yeah.
for the most part. So there is that. Uh, Not a big. His probably among his more problematic things was that he really hated waiters. He thought that they were trained not to catch your eye.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
sometimes, you know?
And so his epitaph for a waiter was "God finally caught his eye,"
Hmm.
which rough.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Top of the seventh. New pitcher for the Ostosianos is number 5 from the Bogotas de Florida. Not Florida, Florida. That's the town of Puerto Rico. Luis Castro. 12-8 record, 217 and two-thirds innings, 216 strikeouts to 56 walks, the area of 1.74. Fastball, slider, changeup, and sinker. One of the best pitchers in the league right now. Obviously, he's here. And he faces new pinch hitter from the Pescadores de Salinas, number 4, Scott Cattell, sitting on a 709 OPS with 8 home runs, 44 runs batted in. Manuel Escobedo now manning third base, and Martin Martinez now manning first for the Ostosianos. Let's see if this infield of Theseus finally gets us some results for the Vitancianos here.
Hmm.
Cattell taking Castro to a full count here. He's 1 for 3 as a pinch hitter. And on the full count, he sends that one down the line, left field. It bounces, and able to get it there is Lorenzo Garcia, but it's a double. Scott Cattell safe into scoring position with a lead-off two-base knock. Let's see if they're able to take advantage of that and use it. Try to chip away at this lead a little bit. Well done by Cattell hitting that one down the line. Next pinch hitter from the Navegadores de Nahuabo, it is number 11, Wally the Human Ripcord Bach. He's sitting on a 736 OPS, 8 home runs, 39 runs batted in. Let's see what he brings to the table here. In July, he's been having a tough time. He's hitting just 174 and has only 1 home run. 1-2 count, and he strikes out. Wally Bach down on 4 pitches, falling to a changeup. As here comes Marcos Martinez, the catcher, who's 0 for 2 on the day. Man on second and 1 out. As the rain starts to fall, which is what we needed here, and they take the chance to replace him with a pinch hitter. So actually, after that, now hitting for the Betancianos from the Murciélagos de Camoy, number 7, Mooney McGee.
Ooh.
OPS of 711, no home runs, 37 runs batted in. I have it on good authority that there was a parody of Mother McCree written about him.
That's also a very fake Irish name.
Yes, it is. That is sent over to first base, and McGee, who is... He's Mooney, but he's not very quick, is run down at first. So 2 outs and another Betanciano inning. Looks to be going the way of the dodo, as here comes the new pinch hitter from the Cañeros de Vega Baja, number 4, Eligio Quintero. Eligio Quintero, a good anti-lefty bat, sitting at a 690 OPS. No home runs, 30 runs batted in. Against lefties, he's got an on-base percentage of nearly 400. Let's see if that's worth something here. 1-0 count. Quintero can't quite get that past the infield. Centur has it to his right, throws to first, and that retires to side. Betances unable to get anything going. The Ostosianos remain in the lead and have a chance to tack on more against the new pitcher. Wally Bach moves to third, Quintero moves to short, Cattell to center, and Mooney McGee will now be catching as the new pitcher for the Betancianos from the Cañeros, number 49, Gabriel Carrera, one of the 2 great closers of this era. 4-3 record with 15 saves, 41 strikeouts, 12 walks, ERA of 0.96. Carrera, just a fastball and a slider, and that's all he's needed so far to be one of the best relievers in baseball. He faces Rebelde, who's 1 for 2 on the day.
I like that the organist was playing the Take Me Out to the Ball Game very dramatically behind you for that.
Mm-hmm. Liga Ostos gets a base runner on a 5-pitch walk. Carrera, all fastballs against Rebelde. Couldn't find the zone with them. Here comes the new hitter, number 32. From the Poetas de Toalta, Guillermo Espinosa, 664 OPS, 1 home run, 40 runs batted in. And Carrera issues 2 walks in a row. I'm sorry, what? Guillermo Espinosa's nickname is Scotty Boy?
Any relation?
To what?
To you.
Why would he be related? Oh. I think you underestimate how common Espinosa is as a name.
I certainly do. But I did catch you out there, and I feel good about it.
Yeah, I don't think my mother's side is not from Carolina, but he would have been born 1888. Were we even in Puerto Rico at that time? I don't remember. I want to say we're early 20th century, so this guy's an older Espinosa than I would be.
As for the nickname, maybe he's just cheap. You know how cruel old-timey nicknames were.
Maybe he's just cheap?
Yes,
Because Scotsmen are cheap?
Yes.
I don't know if that is a... Well, in that case, you would expect the nickname to be in Spanish is the thing. The fact that it's in English is what makes it really weird.
Yes, it is weird.
Here comes Lorenzo Garcia, who of course had that RBI on the sac fly. He comes up with 2 men on, no outs, and a chance to really nail down that Ilustre. 1-1 count. He goes for a bunt this time and is retired, but he moves both runners into scoring position. Carrera really just unraveling here as there's men on second and third. Really, actually, when you think about it, the fact that you're a pitcher and your surname is Carrera, that's tough. Your name and your profession are working against each other.
Mhm.
Carrera
So the
means
opposite
run.
of.
So it's kind of like being a pitcher named Scott Blewett, which is a pitcher that exists.
Uh huh.
Speaking of Scotty Boy. Or Bob Walk. That's also a real pitcher.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, here comes Jacques Centur. He's over 1, hitting 350 in July. Let's see how he's feeling. He struck out last time. He launches that one into the sky. It's into center field. Cattell has it. They tag up, and it's another sac fly. Rebelde scores twice on sac flies in this game. The Ostosianos have scored in 4 successive innings. That we are informed that something was a foul ball, but it wasn't that. And
Is that what they said? Huh.
I think so. Rebelde scores, and it's 4-1 Ostos. They are simply unable to stop these kind of great little small ball plays. Very unfortunate because, well, they can't get back into the game at this point, I don't think. They've got 2 innings to work with. Let's see. Maybe the opposition decides to put up some really bad pitchers, but Carrera now at 15 pitches. He will face Delgado, who's 1 for 1. He tripled in the 6th inning. He comes up with a man in scoring position and 2 outs. And on the 1-0 count, launches it right to first. That one's easy. Villegas has it, steps on the bag, and we are through 7 innings. The Ostosianos pick up another run. They are now ahead 4-1 and in the driver's seat for the remainder of this ball game.
But first, should we have a little word? A little, piece of trivia? I don't know what to name all these. Tidbit, I suppose. I don't really have a name. It's fine.
We'll have to think of it.
Yes. But I will tell you, of the 23 men who have been chosen as Ilustres de Partido, Casanova, Peñalosa, Vargas, Barragan, Hernandez, and Veras have all also won Illustrissimo awards. Barragan was the only person to ever win Illustre de Partido and Illustrissimo in the same year, 1893, and the only person to have won Illustre de Partido twice. It's a real special talent there.
Noe Barragan is super legit, is what he is.
Yeah, I bet.
He is currently sitting on, I believe, the Taínos de Gurabo.
He must be, to be delicate, past his prime if he won these amazing awards over 10 years ago.
You are correct. I believe he is currently, is he? Yep, he's still playing. He is 40. He, in fact, turns 40. Sorry, he will turn 41 about 10 days after this game is played.
Wow. But he's still on the team. Amazing.
Yeah. Now, granted, he is not doing well.
Yeah.
He is defensively way past his prime, and offensively is not doing great. Last year, he was kind of useful as a low volume stealer, as a pinch runner type of guy, because he still has the same speed he always did. But he is not who he used to be. In the first 3 seasons of the 1900s, he was still a very powerful player, very skillful, and it's just kind of fallen down since.
That's a shame.
It is, but hey, one of the greatest players in league history. He was one of the honor selections for the Puerto Rican club in the Copa Mundial, so he got to be champion, which, add that to his list of accolades. He also, by the way, was Nobilísimo. So he won Nobilísimo, he won Ilustrísimo twice, he won Ilustre de Partido twice. Now, he never won a championship, but he is a pennant champion. The Soles won the 1901 Betances pennant. So he's got plenty. His trophy case is as full as it could possibly get without having a title in there.
That's great.
So, new pitcher for Guillermo Espinosa goes into center field, and I think that's the only change they made this time. New pitcher for the Ostosianos is Ricardo Centeno. 23 2/3 innings, ERA of 0.00. He has yet to allow an earned run. in this season. 26 strikeouts, 9 walks. He plays for the Leyendas de San Lorenzo. He's got a fastball and a changeup. And he will face our new pinch hitter from the Termales de Coamo, number 17, Socrates Flores. He's currently sitting on an 837 OPS, 3 home runs, 37 runs batted in. 1-0 count. Here goes nothing. Socrates hitting 305 here, and boy, they just cannot stop grounding out right to first. He sends it to Martinez, who has all the time in the world to step back on base, and that is out number 1. Here comes Luis Flores, 0 for 1 on the day, despite his league-leading 330 average. Base is empty with 1 out. Oh, now you call the rain delay. 37-minute rain delay. This could make things interesting. Centeno on 2 pitches.
Jeez.
Might get tired much faster here. And on the 2-2 count, Flores. Nope! Never you mind. Flores sends it over down the pipe. And he is completely over that pitch. Couldn't get even close to it. How that fastball bent down that way, I have no clue.
Man.
But he goes down swinging, and here comes Ernesto Guerrero from the Burros de Aguas Buenas, number 7. He's currently on a 799 OPS, 1 home run, 49 runs batted in, and they're going to need a miracle at this rate. Centeno is just 7 pitches in and is just mowing through them. He's 1 for 4, and on the 1-2 count, Guerrero goes down frozen. Mueve pianos. Goes down quietly here in the top of the 8th on a called strike that was well within the zone. Once again, the Betancianos unable to get anything going as we head into the bottom of the 8th inning. And what's this? New pitcher for the Betancianos from the Navegadores de Nahuabo, number 10, Kareem Anbar.
Woo! They're really going through all their pitchers, huh?
23 innings, 5 wins, 5 losses, and no saves. He has not been used in a save situation. 22 strikeouts to 5 walks, ERA of 1.57. Kareem Anbar uses a slider and a sinker, but you knew that. You know who the Tunisian on a mission is.
Yep, that's right.
He will face Manuel Escobedo, who is 0 for 1. By the way, kind of daring to use a guy who's mostly known for attacking lefties against righty-lefty. Whatever.
I feel like there's not a lot of strategy being employed. They're just like, get a new guy out there.
I guess so, yeah. I mean, he's still pretty good against righties, as proved there. Escobedo thought that sinker was off the plate, but it wasn't. He sits down. That's strikeout number 1. He will now face new pinch hitter from the Patrulleros. Nope. From the Pepinos de San Sebastián, number 12, Eneas Hernandez. 699 OPS, 1 home run, 34 runs batted in. Pardon me. 2-2 count to Hernandez. He hits that one through. Got it in the air and knocked it past the infield in the hole. Quintero unable to do that, as, by the way, Quintero now at second base, Ernesto Guerrero now at short. And they've got a fight on their hands. New hitter is Anthony Gifford, who has an RBI on the day thanks to a fielder's choice. Man on first and 1 out. First pitch to him. And another runner gets nailed at second. And Eneas Hernandez sliding, but he's out in plenty of time. And that's 2 outs and the base is empty for Anthony Gifford. A 2-1 count against him. He knocks that one. Oh, this is going to be an error, isn't it? No! Amazing! Quintero has it. Gets to his feet, sends it over to first, and that is an excellent defensive play. Look at that to save Anbar's inning. The Tunisian on a mission gets through the 8th and gives his club a fighting chance here to try and at least get back into it. The Ostosianos remain in the lead 4-1, and the Betancianos have 3 outs to try and make something happen. But first...
Yeah, just one little piece of information left. One little snack for you. Only one team has ever hosted the Partido de Campeones in the same year they won the national championship. The 1882 Reyes Tijuana Diaz.
That's right. That's right.
A team close to your heart.
Indeed. Exactly.
1882, was that their golden year? Was that their heyday?
Yeah, the 1880s, 1882 would have been, what was their other championship? Because then the Ingenieros won the next four in a row, 83, 84,
Of
85,
course.
86. I think the
Of course.
Caciques win 87. I think the Reyes win 88. Because
Okay.
the Ingenieros win 89. I know that.
Okay.
But the Reyes, yeah, they won two championships in that decade. They were always in there. They probably, if not for the Ingenieros, they probably run the table that decade. They were an
Yeah.
incredible team. They had Disigo Aquino, Antonio Fonseca, what's his name? Oh man, Cosme Silva, Abundio. I'm not remembering his surname. One of their big time pitchers. They had all of these players up and down, just a roster. Absolutely incredible team.
Nice.
Very much the to use the team colors. Very much the summer wine era.
Great. That's great.
Uh, Remarkably, I did learn the other day, since we're talking about the Reyes now, I did learn the other day an Appalachian accent joke about the three wise men.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, why the three wise men? Why were the three wise men covered in ashes?
Why is that?
Because they came from afar.
Ah, there we go.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right, here we go. Duarte Cuellar from the Mofongueros de Corozal, number 60, taking over in right field as new pitcher Hortensio Galicia, number 20, from the Capitanes de Mayagüez, steps in on the mound. Let's see here. He's 19 and 4, 225 innings sharp, 209 Ks, 61 walks, ERA of 1.16. Hortensio Galicia currently sitting on a fastball, curveball, sinker, and splitter arsenal. One of the best pitchers Mayagüez has seen in this century so far. He actually, this is amazing. He managed to lead the league in strikeouts and walks one year.
Nice.
That would be because he pitched in 52 games. So he started 43, and then he was a reliever in 9 others.
Well.
So it kind of makes sense. But he's come close to 400 strikeouts twice. So there's definitely talent there.
Mhm.
Anyway, he will face Leon Villegas, who's 1 for 1. Let's see if the Betancianos have any of that dog in them. Villegas, of course, had that triple back in the 6th, and here he goes down quietly, striking out on a splitter away. Now hitting for the Betancianos, a guy who knows all about how the other league pitches. It is from the Navegadores de Nahuabo, number 55, Jake Getman, also known as the Tank from Frank. Jake Getman currently sitting on 777 OPSs, the Nick Angel number. 11 home runs and 66 runs batted in. So we just got doubles and triples numbers all over the place here.
Nice.
Let's see if he brought his hitting shoes. He's 2 for 3 as a pinch hitter, and here on the 2-2 count, nope, grounds out to first, can't run out the ball. And the Betancianos have one more out to their name. They're going to give it to Scott Cattell, who is granted 1 for 1 on the day. Can he make something happen? I don't think so. It's an 0-1 count. That's not usually an auspicious count for a hitter. Knocks it to third. They throw to first, and this ball game is over. Ostos takes the tie back. It is now 12-12 as on the 24th iteration of the Partido de Campeones, Liga Ostos wins over Liga Betances 4-1. Let's find out if Lorenzo Garcia is indeed player of the game. René Rebelde gets it because he went 1 for 2 and scored, let's see here, and scored 2 runs as well as drawing a walk.
Wow. Okay, yeah. Well, it was definitely a battle. Just they were only able to score 1 run per inning.
I think this is the third time in the last 6 years that a Navegadores pitcher has taken the loss in this game.
Ah, geez.
Let's find out. I might be wrong about this. There is a slight possibility, but I'm feeling strongly that something like that happened here. Let's see. In 1902, Betances, that was Rubio, and to be fair, the only Navegadores pitcher here is Jochen Hus, who is no longer with the team, of course. In
Mhm.
1903, why are you? Oh, I see. Sorry, chose the wrong year. Here we go. In 1903, the loss was Jim Sherman, but Ted Balloon allowed 2 runs. But by that point, they'd already lost the game, so no big deal there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, let's see. What about 1904? July 23. I remember this one. Yeah, Ismael Galan was the one who actually took the loss. But again, Ted Balloon gave up a home run to Caleb Pilgrim. Gave up another 2 runs. So yeah, never mind. I'm not correct that they took the loss, but I am correct that they did not do well.
Yeah.
That part I was telling the truth about.
Uh-huh.
Oh, here we go. Everton Stack took the loss in 1905 as the starting pitcher. He allowed 2 runs, and that was it. They were done. They were cooked.
Wow. Wow.
And then let's see in 1906, a Navegador pitcher can't have taken the loss in 1906 because they won that game. In
Hmm.
fact, it was Gabriel Carrera who won the game, and Hector Varela saved it. So a Navegador got the save in that game, actually.
Interesting.
And here, let's see, the win goes to Juan Vargas of the Señores de Ponce
Boo.
for bending and not breaking despite the 2 hits. A Navegador pitcher, pardon me, Tomas Perez takes the loss for allowing a run during his inning. Holds go to Rafael Garcia, Luis Castro, and Ricardo Centeno, and Hortensio Galicia, who has 3 saves already on the season, gets the save in the All-Star game. Rough for if you're a Betanciano fan, and I am a Betanciano fan. Rough.
Hmm.
Well, sorry, the commissioner is staring at me from outside the room.
He's judging you.
He is. Any further thoughts, Louisa, before we let him go?
It was a good game. It was hard fought on both sides, and I am happy to see Ostos win because their logo, their initials, are my initials, and I always root for them.
That's absolutely fair enough. All right, gente. We don't know what we'll be back with. It depends on how far we can advance. We hope that this has been a very unstable week. We're hoping to get back on track. The commissioner is my dog. The deputy commissioner is my cat.
Yes. And they rule with an iron fist.
No, they don't.
You do
The
get
deputy
barked at
does.
sometimes. You get barked at a little bit sometimes.
Oh yeah, that's the interesting bit. The commissioner has gotten less barky as time has gone on. We're not sure what's going on with that. If he's just deaf or just chill or what else is going on. But yeah, he rare barks these days.
Yeah, he's mellow. He's mellow now.
That's right. Anyway, we don't know what we'll be back with next week. Presumably, we've seen a lot of Navegadores action. We'll try and do something else, but we don't know yet because we don't know how far we're going to be able to get in the game. But gente, thank you very much for being here. This was really enjoyable. I've been looking forward to this all week. So until then, this has been, as always, Isidro Montalvo Espinosa, not related to Guillermo Espinosa, broadcast coordinator for Liga Nacional Puertorriqueña en vivo. Gente, buenas noches. Gracias mil. Y Dios les bendiga.